last panel here in the Coliseum of E3. We're almost done, but we're going to have an after party first. So, before we start, for those of you at home, we're going to be having a drinking game. The way this works is if you hear the word hell, you must take a shot. I'm so very, very sorry. This is going to be bad news for you. But that's the plan, and we're going to stick to it. So I hope you will self-regulate. We don't have that long, so you'll be fine, I think. All right, but before we do anything, let's bring out everyone. First up, the developers. Night School Studio, Adam Krankel and Sean Hines. Look at these guys.
Where are we sitting?
Oh. Let's keep it, please, sit here. Let's keep it going. Next up. Wow, this is out of bounds. Far Cry Horizon Zero Dawn, my Iden Versio, Janina Gavankar is here. Alex Lockentree, Snow White Wolf Among Us, Aaron Yvette, Gone Home, Read Only Memories, Anthem, Sarah Elmal is here. And yes, Darksiders, of course, in Firewatch, Cissy Jones is here as well. All right, we have got a trailer for you. So let's see this thing.
Milo, how long have we been friends?
Our entire lives.
Our whole entire lives. And so I want you to understand that I'm not blaming you for getting us killed and sent to hell.
What do you want?
2 dead orphans. And I'm not even saying out drinking Satan to get back home is the worst idea you've ever had.
Okay, well, Lola, what are you saying?
I'm just saying you should pace yourself.
Lola, can you get alcohol poisoning in hell?
Drink.
Hey!
Have we established rules for if it's written?
I think it counts.
Same.
It's probably the only time it's
Drink.
gonna...
I mean,
Accessibility,
what the hell?
baby.
Drink. That was 3 and 4. Oh boy.
We're starting off hot.
Okay, let's get down to business. We have got lots to talk about. Okay, gentlemen. What the hell inspired this game?
What?
Get it?
You didn't even think.
Wait, are there actual...
Yeah, they get to
Yes.
drink.
Yes. Bless you.
But we don't?
No. It's all right. We've been drinking since before. So what inspired this game?
Yeah, talk to us.
So it originally started, we just wanted to do a game that took place in one location, and then we were like, what's our favorite location? And then that led us to a bar. And then initially we thought it'd be cool to be a bartender, but then we were like, no, it'd be better to drink. So that turned into a pub crawl game. And then we kept kind of working on that for months and months, and then we went, who would be the worst person to go up against as an antagonist? And as a joke, while we were walking through Forest Lawn Cemetery together, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's like where Michael Jackson's buried and many other people, we decided that Satan would be the coolest person to go up against. And so it kind of just kept evolving over a few months.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. No.
And you never had a moment where you thought, man, this might be a controversial thing?
That's why we decided to do it. Yeah, we had a lot of those moments. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And so, yeah, our last game, we made a game called Oxenfree that was about sort of like being able to. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Wow, thank you. That was about, like, that one was sort of a, I don't want to call it too dark, but it was a fairly serious game. And so I think the other thing we wanted to do was a bit of a palate cleanser post that and get funny.
More comedic, more
Yeah.
zany, more fantastical. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you have this idea.
Watching you try to wrap your head around.
You had this idea, and then you had to convince people to be in it and to act these characters.
No convincing.
What's to convince?
Thank you.
Like, I chased them. Straight up, I chased them hard.
So you were chased down the street by 4 amazing women who ran you down.
Accurate.
Once that happened, and you got up after they pummeled you, what was the process of finding their characters and like getting them involved in the actual?
It was a lot. Yeah, it was. We weren't being chased. It was a lot of just kind of asking and hoping, and
Little bit of
we
begging.
were just a lot of begging, and yeah, we just got extremely lucky that they all wanted to do it, and we're all available at like the exact right time. But yeah, I mean, it was a huge boon and a massive gift to be able to write for people who can really act and really act in the way that you want them to and need them to, and because they all play, I think, multiple characters, even if it's uncredited, because the speaking role list is huge. You meet 100 different demons, 100 different crazy guys and girls. So yeah, we needed people who do a lot of different voices, and we're really good. So we really lucked out.
Okay, so for the truth, how did the 4 of you actually get involved? Let's just go down the list. Like, when you
Each one is different.
joined,
It's-
and can you tell us anything about the character
So
that
I
you
met
played?
them on completely different terms, and when they told me about this game, I was like, yes, where, how? And also, like, which one of my friends do you want me to call? But I'll come back to that in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, having worked with them on Oxenfree, that experience was definitely like a please call me whatever you're doing next. And thank
Aaron
God
was the
they
lead in
did.
Oxenfree.
Aaron was the lead.
Aaron was the
in
lead in
Oxenfree.
Oxenfree. She killed it. She made
It's
people cry.
one of my favorite games. You know this. It's one of my favorite games.
No,
Incredible.
I mean, that ties directly into how I kind of got involved, or why I started chasing them, because I think I was playing it for IGF, Oxenfree, and I was blown away. I was like, this is some of the best voiceover I've ever heard in an indie game. I was immediately a huge fan of hers. And so, I mean, I met you later, and I was like, hi, I'm like obsessed with you. But I think I had also known one of their programmers, and I was like, hey, Brian, hey. But I think it was actually your referral that finally got me in the door. So it was a lot of hard work and campaigning.
Sheer dumb luck? I don't know. No, I think I worked with you guys for a little bit on The Walking Dead, maybe?
Yeah,
A long time ago.
definitely. Yeah.
And then, then I got the call, and I was like, hell yeah, drink. Drink, all of you drink.
Drink.
Yes.
You know, the indie world is as we all know at this point, the games industry is mainstream, but it is just as robust as the film world at this point. And it is like parallel in that there are AAA games, which are just like big budget studio films, and there's the indie world, which is just like indie films. And just in the same exact way, it really is who you know, who is interested in making the culture of art that you want to make. And that means you call everybody that you know, and it is actually really organic instead of like hiring a casting director who then goes and mines the town to find the right person for you. It's really just like,
I just called you when I was walking past a parking lot of a abandoned church. Like that's how it came to be.
yeah, and
It's like roughly the same way. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and some people are going to say no, but most people are going to say yes when you just make incredible things. Like Oxenfree is such an incredible offering that, you know, like it makes you want to work with people like you. Yeah.
And there are contracts now to reflect that. I mean, that's like my pet crusade, but like this is true of actors that they want to work on indies very badly of any kind. I mean, that's where a lot of the most experimental, interesting work is happening. And so, as of recently, there's a contract with the Actors Union that lets us work on this type of stuff, and that makes
Massive
me
thanks
so
to this one.
happy.
Yes.
Yes.
Massive
Yes.
thanks to this one.
So yeah.
Yeah, so if you are interested in making independent games, you really can know that there is a plethora of talent out there that is interested in working with you on whatever you want to make, and there are contracts that will support you in that area. Yeah.
Contract.
Yeah, contract! It's like episode 1, 2, and 3. Hell yeah!
Yep, there you go.
Protections.
Let's get into characters.
Cool. What a weird tangent contract. But it's good. It should make you feel empowered. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just curious to learn more about your character. What sort of you can tell us about them or they. I guess there are many characters in this game.
Yeah.
So let's just like do this. I
For
want to know more.
Maybe we should set up before going into
Yeah,
each
do it.
character, just explain some of the
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, what the game is. So essentially, you play as two characters, Milo and Lola. Milo was supposed to be here, and he may still be
I
around
haven't
for-
met him yet. By the
They
way.
haven't met, so we thought that was going to be a very special moment.
Lost
Still may
my
happen.
Damn it, Khoi! Anything could happen. He
But-
could show up. He could descend from above.
Milo and Lola, they die, which is very sad, of course. They are just graduating
Wait,
college.
what?
Yep, I know. And that's the end of the
Don't worry,
game.
it's okay.
Thank you. Good night.
It's a hard fail
So the
state.
game opens on that. And they find themselves in hell. They don't know why. So they're about to get processed.
Hey.
Oh, I did. And one of the rules in hell,
Drink. He's actually just like
Keep
helping
it
you
in
out.
You're the real
Don't
hero.
let
About
down.
bartenders.
is that if you can outdrink Satan, which nobody's ever done, if you can get invited to his house party and outdrink Satan, he will grant you re-entry to Earth. So the game is about the two of them in one night trying to get invited to this crazy party. And so, Lola, I don't know if you want to tell us
Yeah,
about
sure. So, I mean, that basically that explains this, what we're doing. That's our crusade, just trying to get out of hell. But we,
You thought we were joking.
yeah. So I would say that we've had a platonic friendship since grade school. We love each other dearly. There she is. There she is. I can't wait to. That's what I should cut my hair like this year. Yes. Okay. And she's actually like the dry one. So Milo is a bit of like a ridiculous, nervous boy. And I think when you grow up with somebody like that, you kind of become their protector in some kinds of ways, you know. And yeah, so that's Malola. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so I voice Sister Mary Wormhorn. She is, just toss that whole title out there. She's Milo and Lola's personal demon. So she is like a fly that is born for a short period of time for a singular purpose, and that is to constantly remind them why they ended up in hell. Hey! Yeah, I love Wormhorn. She is easily my favorite character I've ever voiced in a video game. She is if Beetlejuice and the Genie and Kate McKinnon had a three-way and gave birth. She's fantastic, and she's so passionate and takes her job very seriously. And
I can tell you, she's very good at her job.
Yeah, that's Wormhorn.
And she's the exact opposite of what you played in Oxenfree.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
she is a torturing,
Yeah.
mean-spirited, yet hilarious and loving at her
Yes.
core demon.
Yeah.
Creature.
Yes, absolutely.
Is she a nun? Is that a spoiler?
It's not a
Sister
spoiler.
Mary?
So the bartenders in hell
Oh.
are all named Father something,
Ah.
and then the personal demons are Sister something. And it's just hell has a lot of like small ways of trying. I know. I'm sorry.
He's not. He's not sorry.
Sorry,
Yes,
not sorry.
I'm not sorry. Satan has a lot of ways to try and subtly mock God in many different aspects.
Cool.
This is one way.
That's
He's like,
fun.
well, if I'm here.
Mine's wrong.
My character is related to the devil. Yeah, sister. No, sister. And she's a public defender, which is kind of an interesting role in hell. But yeah, she's got kind of she's got a lot of power. Sometimes it's kind of a quiet power, sometimes it's a little more aggressive. But that combination of like a wry, self-aware power, she's got cards kind of close to her chest, but a great sense of humor just made her so much fun to play. Yeah. So, oh my God, love her. Love her.
Listen. I don't know if we have a character card for me. That's okay. Linda's a washed-up rock star. She's real bitter. She's real jaded. She helps him on stuff, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. It's fine.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my God.
We have a very broadcast. That's literally 4 of 100. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's pretty insane.
Genuinely.
Like hell is popular. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
He did.
Oh, that woman has
Mean it?
alcohol poisoning. I'm sorry.
I will use that word.
Own it.
Yeah.
Live it.
Yeah, I mean, our version of the underworld, I'll let you guys take a breather, is intended to really be sort of as broad as possible. And so there's districts that feel like you're going to Shibuya. There's districts that feel like you're going to end up in a 3-story nightclub with a crazy pulsating flesh body with Alana Pierce DJing in the middle of it. There's areas that are more quaint. There's areas that feel like they're on the outskirts of Redneckville. And yeah,
exactly.
So it's pretty, like, you'd encounter each of their characters in wildly different places. And yeah, again, we're just super lucky to have this cast.
So, getting like technical as I can possibly be.
Okay.
I know characters. I know I'm drinking in the game.
Yes.
What's like the core loop of this game? What am I actually doing?
The core loop, yes.
You know,
He's got that game design speak. I like it. That's pretty technical.
You're welcome.
No, thank
When
you.
you go to Hades,
what is
Hades?
Well, you climb towers, and then
It's a tower defense game.
You have to unlock the map.
you unlock
Right.
the map, you look around, and then you have like a new area.
Right.
Just kidding. No.
You find more towers
No,
and you climb
this
those
is an
towers.
indie game, baby.
Find
There's
it.
none of that.
Yeah, what are you doing in this game?
For us, the core experience is to make sure that the player feels like what they can say is like an ability. And so, you know, in the case of Afterparty, you have some sort of core lines that you'll be fed at any time that you can go ahead and say in any moment. But when you go into a bar, you can order any number of drinks, and those drinks will wildly augment what you will say. So if you want to go into a bar and talk like a pirate, you get that drink, and that might be the way that you get through it. And so in terms of what you're doing, it is a lengthy, very modular narrative that is like an actual pub crawl. Like, I might bump into you at a bar, and then 2 bars later, you might be texting me, but another player wouldn't experience any of that.
Okay. All right. So, can you drink too much pirate juice?
Yes. You can
And
drink
does
too
that
much
make
of
you
all
too
of
much of a pirate?
it. No.
Can you ever be too much
I
of
mean,
a
you
pirate?
Explode into a
drink
rough
so
out of
much
nowhere.
that you lose your conscience.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
That
Your
can
conscience can exit your body and
Yeah.
run away because you've drunk so much.
That's actually true. And then then you have to capture your conscience.
Or not.
What if you just don't?
I mean, if you
You're
wanna
an
go that
asshole.
way,
If you want to go that way, then you are truly an asshole.
Sort of like Dark Soulsy, huh? Jesus.
And then on top of that, so I mean, we just wanted to recreate the wildest night out that anybody's ever had, and then even take that up 10 notches, right? So we also figured you've got to cram in other activities. So yeah, you might get into a dance-off in an insane club, so there's a whole DDR-style set of mechanics. Or you might want to play beer pong against a couple of serial killers. So time to set up the beer pong table, and while you're doing that, these aren't just mini games, you're talking the whole time too. So you can smack talk that person, and that might throw them off their game. So the actual systems of the game are reacting to that.
Also,
So
the reason that people have been damned is really kind of like there's a large sliding scale of why that is.
Yes.
One of my favorite things that these guys did is they created a world that is equal opportunity offensive, right? And they've like mined all these religions to find these weird reasons that you would be damned in them. Like one of them was sewing together 2 pieces of cloths.
Yes,
like,
that could be
don't
one
do
reason,
that.
yeah.
Don't do that, guys.
But Adam didn't make that up. That's
No,
That's a
from-
real
very
thing.
It's a real thing. So some people
Yeah.
are in hell for that.
Yeah.
Other people are in hell for burying 13 young
13
men.
kids.
Oh, sorry.
wow,
Good
yeah.
catch.
Somebody in the audience is paying attention.
Get some beer hats. Just get it. You know,
Main
some-
vein that.
Straws.
Yeah. But so what is that from? That
Yeah,
that
Yeah, I've-
that grievous sin.
Oh, that's actually it's from the Old Testament. Where
Nice.
you're not allowed to
The truest
plan
Testament.
the truest one. But I like his old stuff more. I don't like his new stuff.
Sophomore
I was into that testament before everybody knew about it. So.
Yeah. But so yeah, technically you're not allowed to plant different crops in your same yard. Not allowed to sew clothes together. It's a whole thing.
Don't
And what
sew
happens if you do that? Where do you go?
You burn in hell, as you should.
Yay! Our front row has gotten other beers. Just so you guys know. Oh God! If you're at home and you are actually part of this game, please tweet at us so we know that you are a part of this. You probably
Yes.
won't be able to thumb your way through that tweet, but we want to know.
Mostly so we know you're safe.
Yeah. Safe at
Please
home.
don't
Tweet us
drive.
also tomorrow.
No driving.
Mid hangover.
Send legal bills to Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that I loved about Oxenfree is there was an ARG element.
Yes.
I may have sent many people to an island in the middle of nowhere to find a tape
Yes.
in.
Thank you for playing along with that, by the way.
My
That was
pleasure. It was great.
Incredible.
It was a ton of fun. Can I expect an after-party ARG?
We're
Can I
playing it
expect you
right
to
now.
send
We
me-
just drink all the time. I think that's
Does
the
it never
ARG.
end? Is
Right,
it-
that's pretty
It
much
starts now and
Yeah, it's
ends when you
5 o'clock.
die.
This is the loop.
Yeah, this is the limit.
no.
You talk, you drink, you
The
talk, you
drinking
drink.
and the talking.
You're experiencing it all right now. Absolutely.
anybody
We
have beer pong?
are seeding some early ideas for something like that, but we can't talk much more about that yet. But yeah, I mean, that was something that it's funny, like with Oxenfree, it was something that we started to tease. We're like, let's set up a weird fake phone number. Oh, wow, thousands of people called it. Oh, wow, maybe we should do some more with this. And then we created a full narrative with it. And our sound designer and composer, Andy Rohrman, who's doing all the amazing music
Also
for
known
this
as?
game. Scientific, way cooler than Andy. He was really sort of at the center of that. And he's acted kind of like a game designer with us on both of these games as well.
Yay.
Oxenfree
he's awesome.
really inspired people to go out and explore creepy islands. So Afterparty is just gonna encourage people to be dicks in bars, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Many have that already down.
Right.
So we're good.
Be free. It gives you permission
Yes.
to be your worst self.
I did have a question about just when it comes to not only playing these roles, but just in general. What is sort of... I feel like it's weird to be like, okay, you are now a drunk person at a bar. Go.
That's not weird
It's
at all.
not weird at all.
No.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
Is
where
it weird to
that's
know?
the best part, right? So these guys, I don't know how many characters you each played. I only played one, but even just in my experience, there was such a diversity of what was asked of me, and that's really why I was attracted to the project in the first place. When you drink alcohol, it gives you, it's almost like a superpower. I don't know if it's like a weapon, it's a super, I don't know what you want to call it, but it basically gives you these other modes that you think in, like in real life.
Like I'm a great dancer.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, obviously. But like one is like being vaudevillian. So here I am in a booth and I have this giant monologue that this weirdo wrote that is like, I'm supposed to now say this as a vaudevillian actor from the days of yore. Yes! Like you just are, you want to bite your teeth into it. And that's,
Yeah, that's the thing is the writing. Like, I mean, it's like you get in there and it's all written in drunk. I mean, it's like there's like a conlang of drunkenness. And so you get in there and it's just all on the page. And then you just sort of fill it with life and hesitations and surprises. But it's all right there to play. There's nothing weird or kind of like a struggle to find about it at all.
It's a long day. No, just the writing was so brilliant. I mean, it is to date the funniest script I've ever read. It's amazing.
So
I
fun.
can't wait for
which
people
is
to
so
sink
exciting.
into it.
I mean, okay, my question to you is, reading this after doing Oxenfree with them, were you like, oh, I didn't know you could drive in that mode? Or were you like,
No,
obviously?
it was obvious. Yeah. I've also known Adam for a long time. But
Yeah.
I mean, going from Oxenfree was like a training for a marathon in terms of Adam likes to write. And the characters like to talk. And so it would be like, normally when you're going through a script line by line, sometimes you don't have time before you do a take to even read through the line. So you're just kind of going at it cold. And with Alex, that was fine because she was very smart. She was very like stream of consciousness. And then we get to this script, and it's just, at least for Wormhorn, was I had no idea what words were going to come out of my mouth, and I felt like I'd been training for it, just to run with it. And like everyone said, your writing is so good at feeling grounded and natural. And like someone would actually, yeah.
No, but it's like that. It's like that. So please, everybody, play this game so it'll
So
just
funny.
make this tiny studio have enough money to make another game after that.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
need,
please.
as a fan of
What the hell, right?
Yes.
And other games like it from other
Also,
people too. Everybody.
hell.
Oh.
Ooh, that felt good. Just to say it randomly.
Power. The
Do
sheer
it again.
power.
Do it again.
Hell. Okay, I'll stop. Okay.
We only
we
have
get a third
time,
round?
I think, for one more question.
Okay.
It's going to be the most important one.
Okay. Fall.
You're all right. Well, we have our winner. You're in hell. You've all done just enough to go to hell.
Yeah.
And while in hell, you have to outdrink Satan for, I'm going to say, ownership of hell.
Sure.
And everyone in hell is in attendance.
Oh my God.
What is the one drink you choose that you know you can defeat the devil with?
This is real life or in our game?
Oh, this is real life. This is
'Cause
not
in
a
our
game.
we
This
have,
is
we have a
you
drink called the
personally.
bloody stool, so that might be able to do
Yeah.
it. But in
All of the every bar has 5 unique drinks, and one of them is called Bloody Stool.
it's disgusting. But in real life, Cissy, go.
Look, IRL, Irish car bombs.
Yeah, the devil notoriously
Listen,
cannot
I'm
handle
not
that.
saying I would live after it. I'm just, whatever.
But you're already dead, so it's fine.
Going hard. When else
I'm
are you
gonna own hell.
I think for me, honestly, it would be LaCroix.
Yeah.
But maybe scotch. Good scotch. Well scotch, 2 seconds.
You can get whatever
Good
you want.
scotch. All
That'd
night.
be a good one.
Yeah, I'm so much of a lightweight. I think I would just cave and just accept that I'm fucked and I'm going to be in hell forever and drink whatever's given to me.
Yeah.
Great. I don't drink it all, so I'm going to say cake.
Can I change my
You
answer?
slurped on cake. Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
blender.
For me, probably Jack and Coke.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably
Lots of
go with
burping.
those for a while. Yeah.
I was going to say Jack and Coke.
Yeah. Thank God you started with Sissy.
By the way, these guys
Fight,
are cousins.
fight,
They
fight.
share bloodlines,
Yeah,
so that makes
cousins.
sense.
That's why.
I said what the hell, everybody, by the way.
I'm
yeah, I
surprised
guess
no one said holy water
something
or.
with
I was
mescal.
expecting.
Oh, he's
So
not a
many options,
vampire.
man.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, something with mescal. I actually, somebody in the
Mezcal,
audience,
yes,
I
please.
split a half a bottle of mescal with a couple months ago. There he is. I'm looking right at him, and he's pretending. Yeah.
Everybody's so drunk now.
Yeah. All right. They're saying wrap it the
Wrap
hell
it
up.
up. Wrap it up.
So,
Bring out the hook.
What the hell?
gents, when can we expect this game, and where can we expect it?
We can expect it. I mean, we're expecting everybody.
Hey, congratulations!
You're barely showing.
Coming, I know.
Later this year, fall is appropriate, and you'll see it on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch a little bit thereafter, Xbox Game Pass day and date, and
Right now, you can get it. You can pre-order on the Epic Games Store.
on the Epic Game Store.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, that's it for Afterparty. Thank you all for watching, and remember,
Thanks for drinking.
be safe and don't do anything we wouldn't do
In hell.
in hell.
This is more interesting.